What a pity if you had even a shred of justice. Hong Kong would have been a paradise long ago. It is a paradise now, it's just that it's my domain. Leiluo's domain. It's a cesspool. And you've made it reek. My name is Leiluo. Now they all call me Lord Rock, the underground emperor of Hong Kong. Back then I was nothing more than an obscure plainclothes cop, roaming the back alleys, brushing shoulders with the darkness. What? As the wheel of fate turned, who could have imagined I'd rise to become the chief Chinese inspector, wielding power second only to one yet above all others. On this journey, Uncle taught me the ways of the world, and my father-in-law showed me the true rules of the game. To compete with me for the post of Yao Sim District Inspector, Yan Tong summoned Hong Kong's 9 biggest racketeers to back him up. Though the McNabb brothers and crippled Ho weren't buying his empty promises, he still managed to sway most of the others. He even went as far as paying people to take the fall just to boost his clearance rating. I utterly despised such amateur tactics. With my money, I bought real criminals. You rat them out if I make the arrest, and you go to the bitter kiln. I'll give you $5,000, no matter which prison you're transferred to in the future. That $5,000 will follow you, how about it?
Don't waste your breath. I, Wu Kepping, won't sell out my brothers for your $5,000.
6,000.
See it, my brothers and I have beheaded the chicken and sworn a blood oath.
There's no problem in this world that money can't solve if there is. It just means you haven't offered enough.
How about 8,000? In this life, brotherhood and honor are everything.
9,000.
If you were the one cop, would you betray your own brothers?
10 grand, don't waste my time. If you have something to say it now. Otherwise, I'll start docking the price.
Don't be ridiculous. I, Wu Kepping, am a man of honor. 8,000. How could I face my brothers in the underworld? 7,000. Enough. Officer, don't use every excuse to keep cutting the price.
Then spit it out already.
You just said it would be 10,000.
No, 10,000 isn't enough for your own.
Is your word any good?
Is this the first time you've heard the name Lee Rock? My word is my bond. I thought I had this game won, but fate always has a wicked sense of humor. A familiar figure suddenly appeared, disrupting the moves I'd so carefully planned. That face before me. Her clothes were as plain as could be, her face worn with exhaustion. One look and I knew it was, Xia.
Go on. Tell him what's your name.
My name is Lei Zhongxiang.
How old are you?
Your surname is Lei. Yes.
So is mine. It turned out she'd been taken to Dongguan by distant relatives back then, and narrowly escaped that hellish fire. In Tong Tao village, she was already carrying my child at that time. I couldn't fathom the hardship she'd endured over the past decade. I vowed to myself that I would make it up to her and the boy, and give them the life they deserved. But I feared this would break my current wife's heart. I knew how much she meant to me. She was the anchor of my life. I was torn, caught in a web of deep internal conflict. I didn't know how to tell her I was even absent-minded at work. To my surprise, my wife had known all along. Instead of blaming me, she offered to bring them home herself. Her grace moved me, yet filled me with guilt. She doesn't seem like the type to compete for favor.
I'm not the jealous type either.
That's not what I meant from the day we met. I knew you weren't petty, right?
Look what happens after you marry her and bring her home. I won't have her wandering into my room. And I won't interfere with what you two do. I don't want to know.
Don't you worry. I'll pick a room further away. Even when we're busy, it won't disturb you.
No way, you two listen up, no noise. Don't wake me up. I don't care, just no noise. You're strictly forbidden.
Shung, thank you. The next day, Yue Shung visited them with a fruit basket. Xia, however, thought she had come to confront her. Feeling guilty, she poured Yue Shung a cup of tea.
Please have some tea, sister.
Oh, please, don't do this.
No, please drink it first. I'm the one who's sorry. I never meant to break up your family.
Don't misunderstand, I'm not here to blame you. Please stand up.
Please, just drink it.
The moment Yue Shung accepted the tea, I knew she truly welcomed her. But fate is a fickle thing. Government suddenly abolished the great Qing legal code enforcing monogamy. Xia heard the news while trying on her wedding dress. She realized then that we were never meant to be together. To protect my future, she left a letter and silently left Hong Kong with our son. I never heard from them again. I hadn't even begun to process the pain of Xi's departure when La Boy arrived with even worse news. Gantung had spent 3 million to secure the post of Yao Sim District Inspector. He's bribed the police commissioner.
I've done the math. $1 million we can raise that. But the problem is he's already made deals with the big shots in Yao Sim District. Why didn't you tell me sooner? I didn't think it was necessary. Why didn't you tell me sooner? Rather luck. Since it's a done deal, I didn't want to upset you further.
This move caught me completely off guard. I had no time to react. In desperation, I could only turn to my father-in-law for help.
All those years on the force and you still don't know that if the front door is locked, you find a side entrance. A single Guilo has you completely stumped, has he? Others might not know, but I do. The commissioner's wife is a notorious gambler in Macau. She lost hundreds of thousands just last month. That's your way, and why not start there? If it's money you need, you don't have it. But I'll lend you everything I own. Pay me back when you've made it. I'll consider this a high-stakes bet on you. What do you think?
Experience really does count. With his guidance, I headed straight for Macau. In the casino, the commissioner's wife was in the heat of the game no matter how much she lost. I covered her losses twice over. Finally, I presented her with a grand gift. I only asked her to personally hand this document to the commissioner. The tactic worked perfectly the next day. This vital document appeared on the commissioner's desk, and he read every word. A few days later, it was announced that the new inspector for Yao Sim had been chosen. It was indeed Nantong who had splurged 3 million. Inspector Nantong will become the new head of Yao Ma Tai. Hearing this, Nantong grinned like a smug toad. Now the brass are creating a new position, Chief Chinese Inspector. The Chief Chinese Inspector will oversee all Chinese inspectors. He will have the authority to issue direct orders to all Chinese inspectors across every district and oversee all deployments and operations. Allow me to introduce the new Chief Chinese Inspector, Mr. Lai Lo. Zhiying Yantong's sour, constipated expression, it was pure satisfaction. Fat is a funny thing. The very position he spent a fortune trying to buy instantly made him my subordinate. Watching him struggle to force a smile, I could barely hold back my laughter.
Inspector Lai, congratulations on your promotion to Chief Chinese Inspector. Please look out for us in the future.
Thank you.
Come on, everyone, a toast to Inspector Lin.
Once I secured the position of Chief Chinese Inspector, I stood at the pinnacle of power in Hong Kong, and wealth flooded in like the tide. Under my rule, corruption and bribery became a way of life within the police force. I took the opportunity to expand my interests across various sectors. All my illicit businesses were flourishing. Lord Boy became my most trusted right-hand man, keeping my financial empire in perfect order. Name Lai Luo became a legend known to all. My status reached its absolute peak, making me the most influential figure of the era. But I knew that glory is fleeting, and what goes up must come down the higher you stand. The more careful you have to be. In 1972, the new police commissioner, Charles Sutcliffe, took office. At his first high-level meeting, he made a grand declaration to crack down on vice gambling and drugs. I knew I was his primary target. He was trying to show me who's boss right out of the gate. But I'm no pushover after all these years in Hong Kong. I have to let him see who really calls the shots here. I ordered La Boy to notify everyone, shut down all establishments for 10 days. I'll launch an unprecedented crackdown within 10 days. Every den that opens will be raided. I won't show any mercy. But Lord Boy disagreed. Wasn't this just cutting off our own livelihood?
10 days without vice gambling or drugs. When those junkies and perverts get their cravings, there is no telling what they'll do. Besides, those thugs who live off the dens if they have nothing to squeeze for 10 days. Won't the whole city be turned upside down?
Exactly, Brother Rock. By then, the Guilas will definitely put the squeeze on use.
That was exactly the effect I wanted. I decided to push things to the brink to find a way out. I want this new commissioner to see that without Lee Rock's rules, Hong Kong will fall into utter chaos. Sure enough, in less than 3 days, all of Hong Kong's a complete mess, and social order was paralyzed. The police stations were packed with thugs and hoodlums. I took the chance to fan the flames in the papers, blaming the chaos on the commissioner's inaction. The newspapers were filled with articles slamming his incompetence, and he confronted me in a fit of rage. I already had the answer ready. I told him that all our officers were busy carrying out his order to eradicate the 3 evils. criminals. We simply had no manpower left to deal with these other crimes. I told him as long as he suspended the crackdown and then allowed me to reallocate our manpower and resources, Li Rock could guarantee peace within 2 weeks. In the wake of this turmoil, my status soared to its peak once more with all of Hong Kong under my thumb. Even the newly appointed commissioner had to show me some respect, but the higher-ups clearly weren't ready to let it go. They specifically sent another Guilo to take over the anti-corruption department, intending to root out corruption in Hong Kong once and for all. But in my eyes, he's nothing more than a posturing clown. I've been in this game for years. I've seen it all. What can a mere anti-corruption commissioner possibly do to me? On the contrary, the translator by his side, the one who looks like Aaron Kwok, piqued my interest. You're Chinese too, so why are you working for the Guilos?
I hear the police commissioner is also a Guilo.
You certainly have a way with words. Are you back from the UK or Australia?
Australia? How did you guess?
Your boss has been recruiting heavily in the UK and Australia lately. It doesn't take much brains to figure that out, does it?
What a pity. If you had even a shred of justice in you, Hong Kong would have been a paradise long ago.
Not my ass, it is a paradise. Right now, it's just my territory, Lilux's domain.
It's a cesspool, and you've made it reek.
There wasn't a trace of fear in his eyes. Every word he spoke was a condemnation of my corruption. Looking at his stubborn streak, he looked exactly like I did when I first put on the uniform. I tried to win him over, but he simply handed me a business card and walked away.
The kid's surname is Louis too.
That's when I discovered that he was in fact my own son. Watching him walk away, I knew, Xie must have returned as well. I immediately mobilized every connection I had to investigate. It turned out, Xie, and our son had already been back for over a year. When I finally saw, Xie, she was no longer the woman I remembered. Zhiying, my first love with hair as white as snow, I couldn't hold back my tears. After leaving Hong Kong, Xie had taken our son to Australia all by herself. She worked day and night, even on assembly lines, in electronics factories. All of that just to put our son through university. But my son Yin Chai was consumed by hatred for me. He loathed me, seeing me as a scumbag who had abandoned his own flesh and blood. And even more, he detests the scourge I brought upon society. In a moment of distress, Xie slapped him, but then suddenly collapsed. It wasn't until we reached the hospital that I found out. By then, Xie was already terminally ill.
Stop right there. Keep following me, and I won't be so polite. Listen, I am his next of kin. You have no legal standing, so I have the right to refuse you. Don't you dare disturb him again.
You listen to me. If you want to talk about the law, go talk to the Department of Justice. I'm going in to see him, and nobody is going to stop me. But Hin still held a grudge against me, fearing that if Xia woke up and saw us at odds, I had no choice but to back down for now. After arranging for Large Boy to look after Xi, I left the hospital.
What are you waiting for? No matter what, I'm still your uncle.
You wanna hit me? What's going on? Are you his family?
It's nothing, we're fine. While I was emotionally exhausted, another deadly trap was being quietly set. On the golf course, 2 senior superintendents were plotting to bring me down through political maneuvering. The commissioner of police personally attended to present awards to 2 outstanding officers. The first was Inspector Lang Mao, who made significant contributions to preventing juvenile delinquency. The second was a familiar face who solved countless cases, the Chief Chinese Inspector Mi. This ceremony seemed prestigious, but it was actually a calculated move. They wanted to sweeten me up first, and once I'd taken the bait, they would slowly take me out and dismantle my empire. Soon the police force released word that due to a manpower shortage, there would be a massive recruitment drive, and the existing organizational structure would be overhauled. Previously, each district had only 1 Chinese inspector. Now that they're increasing it to 3, it's a blatant move to strip me of my actual power. To pacify me, they even promoted me to the rank of inspector. The title sounds prestigious, but in reality, it's a powerless position. Nothing more than a do-nothing assistant role meant for idling away the time. My previous duties were handed over to Inspectors Yan Tong and Long Wu. This promotion as demotion tactic stripped me of my control over the force. I knew in my heart that it was time to quit. While I was ahead, I immediately told Peggy to transfer all my assets to Canada, while I stepped into the background. ready to retire. In the year I turned 48, I held a grand retirement banquet. Unexpectedly, my old rival Yan Tong showed up as our eyes met. We both saw the weariness of the years in each other's gaze. After decades of rivalry, a wave of emotion washed over me at this moment. Is it true that two tigers cannot share one mountain? Or were we both just caught in the tides of the underworld beyond our own control? Regardless, from tonight on, all old scores are settled and forgotten. If you still feel slighted, Elder Yan, let's do this. I'd offer my apologies with this cup of tea.
Oh, come now, no need for that. No need at all. Brother Rock, if you say the slate's clean, it's clean.
Halfway through the banquet, Piggy rushed in panicking to tell me that, CIA was fading fast and wanted to see me one last time. Without a second thought, I headed for the hospital.
Wait, Brother Rock. Your car is too conspicuous. Take mine instead, alright?
That simple, unintentional gesture from Piggy ended up saving my life. Assassins lying in wait suddenly swarmed out, opening fire wildly. I took a bullet to the leg, Piggy. He pushed me down just in time, allowing me to narrowly escape death. Back in the banquet hall, Yan Tong's face darkened the moment he heard the assassination had failed. He immediately dispatched a second wave of assassins to finish the job. Meanwhile, his men donned police uniforms and set up roadblocks to intercept me. But once they pulled the car over, they realized that I was nowhere to be found. As planned, I had already arranged an alternate route with Brother Sen from the restaurant. Supported by Lord Boy, I finally made it to the hospital. Do I look alright?
Your hair is a bit messy. I lost my comb, so I'll just use my hands.
Zhiying, she has white hair. As she lay on the bed, it suddenly hit me. How many years of her youth had I wasted? Girl who once captured my heart was now drawing her final breaths.
In all my years, the three of us never truly had a life together.
This time, I cannot let her down again. Dragging myself up, I had Lord Boy support me as I went to seek Xiao Xiao, but my son's eyes were filled with such loathing as if I were his greatest enemy.
If you really want to deny your mother one last wish, to see the three of us together and happy before she passes, then by all means don't go in. Fine, I'm going in now. I'm waiting for you.
I'll be waiting. Lord Boy couldn't watch this any longer and started to give Xiao Xian a piece of his mind. Ultimately, Xiao Xian entered the ward to accompany Xia through her final moments. I gently tucked Xia in and kissed her forehead one last time. While we were consumed by grief, Yan Tong's men had tracked us to the hospital. Lord Boy was knocked unconscious before he could even raise the alarm. In that moment of crisis, Xiao Xian didn't abandon me. He grabbed my wheelchair, and we fled for our lives. In the end, I was cornered on the rooftop with no way out. I told Yin to get back up while I stayed behind to cover him. The police arrived downstairs, but Yan Tong deliberately blocked them.
Which precinct are you from?
Chief Yan, Weird Brother Lua was attacked. He's on the roof.
No, that's not right. I heard it was just a street brawl. You still haven't told me which precinct you're from.
We're from the Mongkok precinct.
Then this isn't your jurisdiction, is it? I'll take my men up, you stay put. That's not right. Why not? You want to wait. Wait right here. I said no one is allowed to enter. Yes, Chief Yan, I've waited 21 years for this chance to kill you with my own hands. Justice is finally served. I finally got my chance before you retire from the scene.
If you're doing this, you'll have to take us all out.
Your gun only holds 6 bullets. Can you kill all our brothers with that? Need me to lend you a few more?
How did you get here before me?
You're a big shot who takes the elevator. Us lowlifes had to take the stairs. Even if I kill you right now, you can just blame it on the assassins.
Don't do anything stupid. Lee Rock, tell them not to do anything rash.
Put your guns away. Brother Luo, tell your men the same. Put the guns away. Get over there, back off.
Yeah!
I'm telling you, I've been waiting for this for a long time. You think I don't know the things you've done?
I've endured this for 21 years. That punch was for Uncle. This punch is for my wife, Ya. This punch is for Xia, who died in misery because of you. Which, Xia, stay out of this. This This punch is for me. And what about this punch? There's no reason for this one. Just because I felt like it, yeah.
Though I beat Yan Tong black and blue, he remained as arrogant as ever, thinking that since I was retired, I had no right to arrest him. But just as he was gloating, a familiar voice rang out. I do. Kak, you are suspected of perverting the course of justice. I have the right to arrest you.
We have the right to arrest you too, on the charge of premeditated murder. I'm going to sue you. What's your name? The police and the ICAC are in cahoots.
My name is Louis. Yin is father and son in cahoots. Soon after the ICAC was officially established, indeed, with the government's full support to crack down on corruption within the force, many officers were brought in by the ICAC to assist in the investigation. Yan Tong and his lackeys were the first to be invited for coffee. Brothers I left behind in Hong Kong also became key targets of the investigation. And Yan Tong, as the chief Chinese inspector, naturally became the primary target of the crackdown. Mr. Yan, how did you come by the 10 million in your bank account?
My wife earned it as a prostitute. She makes $1 million per trick. Satisfied.
By then, I had already taken my family and fled the country. Standing by a foreign lake, I looked back on the ups and downs of my life. In my youth, I joined the force just to survive back then. I refused to be part of their corruption, only to be ostracized and isolated by my colleagues. Xia's father looked down on me for being too honest. He forbade his daughter from being with me. It has been a long road. Walking on thin ice, a single misstep would have meant eternal damnation. But fortunately, I finally made it to the other side.
Master, Madam says dinner is served. Fool. Yes, Master. Do you know why I strive so hard in this life? I don't know, Master. Just have a meal, I see.